tonight. It's not every day that we get to celebrate one of our very own. Tonight, right here on JKL, we are doing just that. Flashback to September 21st, 2013, a day that will forever remain in infamy in this country's history. Westgate and the terror attack that caught a nation and a world's attention. Inside that mall, as the terrorists were busy killing people, were two lone photojournalists. Most of the pictures you have seen on air in just about every broadcast across the planet were shot by my guests today. How were they there? Why did they stay there? What made them remain in that place during the shooting? Nobody knows, just them. And guess what? A year later, they finally getting some recognition. Not bad for a couple of freelance photojournalists. So, they've gathered a whole plethora, a whole bunch of awards, starting with Media Council of Kenya, winner, Photographer of the Year. That's just one of them. As we go along, there's more. Media Council of Kenya, winner, Camera Person of the Year. Moving right along, Media Council of Kenya, overall winner, Photojournalist of the Year. And if that wasn't enough, at the recent CNN Africa Journalist of the Year Awards, first was the category known as the Muhammad Amin Photojournalist. He got this one and this. He probably thought it was enough, but it wasn't. When they announced the overall winner of the CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist of the Year 2014, he got the award. The first time ever in CNN's history that a photojournalist has been awarded the Africa Journalist of the Year. You know him as Joseph Mathenge, but obviously he was with his son at the time, Geoff Mathenge. And they're here on JKL to celebrate their winnings. Gentlemen, good to see you, Joseph. Well done. Good to see you, Geoff. Congratulations. I mean, look at this. Look, in 1 year, Mathenge, in 1 year, did you think, I mean, obviously you didn't when you walked into that mall, right?
Yeah.
But let's go back before we go to the awards.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Let's start with the awards. What was it like when they announced and the winner is?
Actually, I was not expecting this. In fact, my business was to get this one here.
Yeah.
And when we received this one, we closed our business the day.
You were ready to go home?
Yeah, we were ready to go home, go back Kenya, to Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, of course, we had to wait to the end of the ceremony, when now the winner, the overall winner, was to be announced. And Tanzanian President Jakaya Kikwete started by saying, okay, when he got the envelope, he started now naming the winner. Saying the winner is, he started spelling the name. It was J. That's how he started.
What is he, a comedian?
And then, okay, the other finalists who had their names that had started with J.
Yeah.
So we were out there waiting. In fact, I said, Allah, I'm going to be a winner or what? Because they said me J again.
Yeah.
So he went on J, O, and as he continued,
yes,
now there was a rhythm now.
Yeah.
At the back there, the audience. Now they started helping him, saying they continued now.
Yeah.
And it happened as well. S, E, P. Now that time, everybody knew for sure who the winner was.
Wow.
And of course, Kenyans were there, and they are the ones who actually were shouting. Yeah.
Wow. How did you feel? And
to be honest, it was a happy moment, even though I was also sad because I was winning the award at the back of in the background of the 67 people who died. So I was celebrating at the same time, now recalling the moment. So that's
it was a bittersweet victory almost.
Yeah, bittersweet victory, of course, yes.
Your thoughts, man, what was going through your mind when this name was called? And you know you're part of this team. Dad hasn't left you out of this from day one. How did you feel?
Actually, I was overwhelmed. I was, as you were saying, they said J-O I actually knew it was him. When people were still loading who was there.
Yeah.
I actually knew it was him. I was happy for him. I actually knew it was him.
And you both ran on stage. Did you?
Yeah, actually, we ran on the stage, and surprisingly, the Tanzanian president, His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete, instead of waiting for me to get where he was, he started moving, coming towards where I was actually coming from.
Wow.
And this is what he did. Immediately hugged me, and for the first time to be hugged by a president, a sitting president, I did not expect that.
Right.
So even him was celebrating. Later on, I realized that he was, the reason he was celebrating that is because it's the first time this award has been won in East African region. I mean, to begin with, a photojournalist for the first time in Africa to win, or not in Africa,
in the history
of CNN to win the award.
The overall award.
The overall, yes.
Secondly, it only goes to journalists,
TV, presenters. Yeah, but a photojournalist has never won. So that's the reason why he was actually overwhelmed. And I also got overwhelmed. In fact, things were happening on the stage.
Yeah. And Geoff, all this time, when he hugged your dad, were you behind him? Were you right there?
Yes, I was actually behind him.
Did you get a hug as well?
No, I didn't get a hug as well.
You see, this is how it was.
Oh, okay. Hold it up.
Yes.
Willie? That was it, hugging you.
You're hugging me. That's a presidential hug, I think.
You have a presidential hug.
Yeah. If were you, how would you have reacted?
I would have been like you. Wow.
Yeah.
So he was, obviously he was equally proud of you, wasn't he?
Indeed he was. Because coming from Kenya, we are neighbors. And this is what he was saying.
And there's more pictures here, huh? There are pictures.
Yeah.
Go on, keep going.
There are more pictures. Yes, you can see, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. We have now malt choice, CEO of malt choice. Yeah. And then we have the vice president of CNN. Then, of course, here we are.
President Kikwete and yourself.
President Kikwete himself.
Wow.
Here we are.
Wow.
In fact, we had a word with him. We were consulting, the two of us. Yeah.
What was he saying? What was he?
He was saying, man, I don't believe you're a photojournalist, and secondly, you're a freelancer. I don't believe this.
That you don't have a regular job.
Yes, and those are the questions he was asking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And again, finally he said, you're more than a soldier. That's what he said. You're more than a soldier because...
Well, that's a great picture. Yeah. That's overall, that's all you guys
overall, yeah, sure.
Wow.
There we are, okay. Wow. I go back to... Okay, here we are.
Oh.
Of course, he gave me an opportunity now to talk.
Yes. What did you say?
Of course, I was overwhelmed. I told him, Your Excellency, this is the first time I'm standing before a sitting president. So, if I make a mistake in talking, you should understand.
You're apologizing in advance?
In advance, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Geoff, what was going through your mind during all this?
Actually, at that moment, I was quite overwhelmed like him. Never been greeted by a president. At the same time, I was happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enter this category initially? Because everyone has to enter, yeah?
What?
Did you enter the photojournalist category?
We did, we did. And also the TV, though that one was not actually mentioned. Yeah. We even asked about it later, but they never talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the one sponsored by Camera Pix, huh?
The Camera Pix,
Yes,
yeah. That's
Salim
Mohammed Amin.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier on, I mean, you were just content with it. If you had won this one...
I would have gone home, actually, happily. Yeah. I was a happy person, ready to go back home.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's come back to Media Council Awards. I mean, it's also, it's good to be recognized by your own peers here at home.
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to win overall Media Council?
The same story again. In Kenya, I did not expect to win this one, the overall. In fact, when I won the first one here, I knew that was this Photographer of the Year award. Okay, I was ready. In fact, I was also satisfied with this one. But again, as we continued, in fact, I had not even sat down
Yes.
when they started talking about now the finals on this.
The camera.
The camera TV. Again, I was called. So I went back.
Oh my.
Immediately,
Yes.
just before I sat down again,
Yes.
now that's when they mentioned the winner,
Overall.
the overall winner again in Kenya. So
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So this is again history, I should say, in our country.
Yeah.
Because again, we've never had a journalist winning all these awards at the same time.
Never.
We've never had. You know, you're a journalist.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell your
Correct.
We've never had that.
Yeah.
So one of the things that actually came into my mind is how now photojournalism has been recognized in this country. Finally, we have people who have seen actually these journalists. Photojournalists are people who need to be recognized. Yeah, they have seen and they have actually acknowledged and accepted them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, let's face it, Geoff,
Yes.
you guys, your pictures that day, when we go back to your pictures, and I hope we can show them on TV, those were the most incredible pictures many people have seen in a long time.
Yeah.
You guys, you hung in there. You were real. You're a real journalist. You stayed with the story. Geoff, what was that like being in that mall that day?
It was horrific, because actually I'd never seen something like that. But I was happy that I was trying to help out people who were injured inside there. At the same time, we're in the making of history. Some of those pictures are the pictures that are going to be used later on to remind people what happened there at Westgate.
Were you scared
Actually, at that time, I wasn't scared going inside.
when you were inside?
No.
You weren't scared at all.
I wasn't.
But
scared.
you could see people dead, right?
Yeah, I could actually see people who were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And others who were struggling, to escape.
Yeah, actually I remember there's one boy who was about my age was trying to call me to help him out. But where he was, I couldn't reach out to him. That was a sad moment for me.
Did he make it?
Yeah, he made it. Yeah.
Joseph, what were you guys doing in the mall?
In fact, let me put it this way. At the mall, we were actually on our way to a function in Kabete when we received a distress call from a friend, one of the friends who were actually stuck in the Westgate, to go and rescue them from the attackers. We didn't have time to waste. First of all, my son had been diagnosed to have a bone cancer, we were supposed to take him to India for treatment, which again had been given 4 days by doctors, by the doctors who were actually waiting for him in India. So that time, the function that we were going to attend in Kabete, we were going to attend the function to get money, to be paid, and then we top up the balance. But again, a friend calls saying that come and rescue us. We are stuck in Westgate. I was in a dilemma.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, because
yes.
you're going to Kabete to get money for Geoff to
Yes.
go to for surgery.
Yes.
Then you're called to Westgate.
Yes.
Distress call.
It's a distress call.
What
It
do you
was a
do?
distress call. Now I was in a dilemma because one, we have he has only 4 days to go to India, and here one of our friends again is stuck there. In fact, I had to ask him now, what do we do? He told me, Dad, let's get in there. Let's forget about going to Kabete. Let's first go and rescue people. That's the most important thing. I think that will be okay. It will be in order because those people, they don't have time.
Yeah.
Let's go and rescue them.
When you got to Westgate,
Yes.
did you find people escaping as you were going in? Or
So many of them.
Yeah.
So many of them.
So,
We were running in
Opposite.
the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yes. Together with the security men whom we went with. And entering there was not easy.
no.
It wasn't easy. Because even as we were entering, we could hear gunshots inside there.
Were you rolling as you entered?
We were doing everything, rolling and also charging. Yes.
And then where did you end up on the first floor? Or?
What happened? Our entry point was was that where there was parking, you know, the upper parking.
Yes, yes.
That was our entry point.
That's where you went in?
Yeah, we had to use that one in order to get in.
So where the cooking show was?
Exactly.
That's where you entered?
That's where we entered. That was our first place to go.
So you saw all those dead people there?
That's why, in fact, I have never forgotten that what I saw. It was an ugly sight. Yeah. I don't know that you've ever come across such a site whereby people are dead. We have some who are not dead.
And were they screaming?
They are screaming, they are skinning, in fact, crying for help, and so many things were happening. And we were there. They wanted us to help them.
And you're filming?
And we have, okay, there came a time we could not film. We were now playing a role of rescuing. Yes, because now we are human beings.
Sure.
Yeah, and which again I should say, journalists are not only happy. They are not only happy when shooting. They also known for rescue knife, you know, which is not the case.
No.
Many people actually don't understand how we operate.
Sure.
But we are human beings.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Geoff, you're 21 years old now, but you were 20 then.
Yeah.
And you happen upon this scene, blood, guts, dead people, screaming people. What was going through your mind?
Actually, horrific moments for me. Actually, there's a point where I froze. I'd never seen something like that. But that's when my dad told me, hey, continue helping out. Because I'd never seen something like that. Horrific.
Did you want to stop going inside? Did you want to say, you know what?
You know,
let
me tell you one thing. Once you get in the river, there is no, if you're in the river already, you proceed to cross to the other side.
Yes.
So there was no,
there
was no turning back. We had to continue and get in and see exactly what was happening and get where our friends were. In fact, we rescued so many of them. It is unfortunate that some of the people we entered with, the security men, did not make it.
Really?
Yeah, they died there. And it was not a good thing. Even it's not a good thing to remember, actually.
No.
Yeah, because we entered with them.
And they were armed.
They were armed, yes, but they died.
Did any of you see any of the terrorists?
We could only hear, them talking, you know, shouting there. And at some point...
What language?
They were speaking in English, but a broken one.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Were they higher than you were? On the higher
just
floor?
lower, because in fact we had already captured the the second floor. Yeah, because that's why we entered actually. And that's why the second floor, when they saw us, of course they had to go down. Yeah. So we captured the second floor. So they were down there. Yeah.
Were there other crews in there?
There are people who entered with us, but then they got out. They could not actually stay longer.
No.
No.
You guys were the only ones.
We were the only people inside there.
Why didn't you tell Geoff, listen, Sonny, get out of here, man. At least one of us, if we're gonna die, one of us remains alive.
I told him actually in the beginning not to stay back, but he refused. He was undermanned.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Calling. It was a calling to help out.
It was your calling.
Yeah.
Now you had a stills camera as well, and you had a video camera.
Yeah.
You had both.
The camera we have.
Yeah.
You can actually
do both.
You can do both.
Okay.
That's what we were doing, and that's what we were operating inside there.
And were you taking turns?
No. We had two cameras. One of them, in fact, some of the pictures that won this award, the overall, were taken by Geoff. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
You guys. How do you feel now? I mean, this recognition, people have across the world now, they know you guys. They've recognized you.
Yeah.
I mean, a year later, you could have been forgotten.
Well, it is true, but one thing I know is that the memories, of course, fade with time, but pictures don't. I'm sure even in some years to come, they'll be recalling all this. Yeah.
It's like our 9/11.
Yes.
You know,
we
when
still talk about it.
When the planes are hitting the towers.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that shot 12, how many years later? 13 years later?
13 years later, even here in Kenya,
Yeah.
bomb blast.
Guys, I want to take a break, come back and talk more about this. This is incredible.
It's a lot actually. We can talk about this.
Yes.
A lot. We need about 3 or 4 days.
You deserve 3 or 4 days, my
Yes,
brother.
we-
Well done. My goodness. Joseph Mathenge and his son Geoff stayed in the mall and shot the pictures that were seen around the world. And this is the result. CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist of the Year 2014. Another Kenyan on the global map. Unbelievable stuff. And we have to recognize it. Even though it does say Joseph Mathenge freelance for the Sunday Nation Kenya, it's okay. We don't discriminate, my brother. We recognize and we appreciate and we congratulate Joseph and Geoff for their efforts. Only on JKL, folks. Keep tweeting at Koinange Geoff. Do you have a Twitter handle?
No.
Analog.
I have it. J Mathenge 32. It is there.
At J Mathenge, Geoff.
Kihato Geoff.
At Kihato Geoff. Here we go. We're all digital here. The hashtag is JKL, or you can put CNN Multi-Choice African Journalist of the Year 2014 if you can fit it in 140 characters. Take a break. We'll be back. Yeah.